NDA, right? We're very, very confident of a very stable government. We're going to cross 150 or 160, and Bihar is going to see a huge change of development in the next 5 years. Uh, you know, we are all the NDA partners are all together in this. We are all aligned. We have a common vision, and we want to take Bihar to the next level of development. So this point looks very good. We're very confident about the crossing 150, 160 seats together.
Absolutely. Meeta, you continue to be there with me. My colleague Brijesh Pandey was saying that a lot of upticks have been seen from all other parties but Congress. You're stuck on three.
I think, ever since Mahagathbandhan has panned from Zoom from like 20 to 51 now, but the Congress is kind of stationed at 3. So I think the conversion rate of Congress is also something which has to be very keenly looked at if Mahagathbandhan really wants to have a real shot at power. And that conversion rate and the extent of conversion rate is also going to be one big deciding factor.
देखिए कहीं तो preparation तो हो रही है, कहीं तो मिठाइयाँ बन रही हैं, पूरी तली जा रही है, जलेबी भी निकाली जा रही है, कहीं ना कहीं तो तैयारी.
I think this looks like more like the Delhi Central BJP headquarters at 6 DDU rather than Bihar. I would.
Okay, Savya with me, our colleague Savya from Patna. Okay, so Savya, you are at the BJP headquarters. What's your take there? वहाँ तैयारियां शुरू हो गई हैं अब, नंबर तो दिख ही रहे हैं सामने.
Well, see, the party workers have started to come, but there are no sweet preparation yet. See, the entire party office has not been decorated. Neither the JDU party office has been decorated. Party workers are coming in. There are excitement that could be seen among the party workers. But we have to wait that after 12 p.m. only, the large amount of party workers will start coming in. And that's the time when the leaders also will start coming in, because till now, no leaders have arrived at the BJP party office in Patna. So the party workers are happy. The party workers are excited. They are confident that it's once again the NDA government is going to be in power in the state of Patna. So slowly we are going to see more party workers coming here at the party office.
Absolutely.
2015, remember, when RJD and JDU contested together, initially which was BJP which led. And we remember back...
absolutely, I mean, we were stationed there and
9:30, 10 o'clock we had quite a celebration.
I had a very funny thing, like the stars were stationed outside BJP office and the minor reporters were stationed outside JDU office.
Just one
and showing the hierarchy of the television, and they were celebrating at 9:30. Sanjay Mayuk was like in famous episode, he bursted crackers and all, crackers bursting, and all of a sudden at 10:30, got a call, would you like to shift to BJP office? And immediately the stars were shifted to JDU office and the minor reporters were shifted to BJP office, because the entire upswing happens. That's the reason why people have stopped calling elections this early until they're like, the difference is huge.
Because that was
Because one of the books, it was also quoted that at 9:30 Lalu Prasad Yadav called Prashant Kishor, who was the strategist for the JDU RJD combine, and saying, are you seeing the number? Is this the number which you promised us? And Prashant Kishor said, sir, why don't you wait for one more hour? And then as proverbial gig would happen, that the numbers started changing and went huge in favor of Mahagathbandhan.
This time what happened in Haryana, BJP was sulking all throughout and they looked very sad and sitting very mum, and then the tables turned. Congress had already started celebration in a bit. And
so are we going to witness something like that today?
I don't know. I don't think any party will now rush into celebration until unless they are very, very sure.
That was a very different election. Remember, it was JDU and RJD together combined, which, if you look at it, they themselves constitute more than 40-45% of the polity when they are together.
Panditji, whether it was 2020 or once before in 2015, when again Nitish Kumar had created, which was the first time this term Mahagathbandhan came into the political lexicon. When RJD and JDU came together, Nitish Kumar had quit the NDA and joined hands with the RJD, and on both these occasions, if you remember, it is also the caste umbrella. You have to look at the social caste umbrella also. That caste umbrella itself was such a big tent for the BJP to challenge them and win alone on its own with just a smattering of a few very small parties was itself too big a challenge. I remember I was there in Patna And the moment I landed back in Delhi and I was told that it is the lynching and it is the cows and the calves and Muhammad Akhlaq and issues like that which have swung the vote. I don't know if they played a role, but even before all this, I had told them, I said, look, whether it is akhlaq and lynching and other things, the most important point is that social umbrella of the RJD and JDU coming together, the RJD bringing the Muslim and Yadav combined, and the JDU with Nitish Kumar at the helm, having all the EBCs and the Kurmi and Koiri Samaj together, is itself such a huge caste umbrella, and it is just not possible for the BJP to defeat them all on its own.
Smita,
and that is what happened.
No, on another issue was that actually that election was a quintessential Mandal sort of an election,
yes,
post-Mandal,
yes,
where you remember there was also a statement by the RSS leader.
Mandal in all its power, with RSS, sort of
RSS leaders making statements.
There is one more interesting thing about the number. Let me get in Ashwini Kumar. Sir, if you look at the numbers, BJP continues to be ahead of JDU. BJP is 48 and JDU is 32. It's not as if, so can I say that the days of JDU being Bada Bhai in Bihar's politics is over? Can I say that, or?
It's going towards what I predicted.
Okay.
Yes, to be fair, only Nabila said that. None of us did.
Okay.
Let's wait and see. I guess it looks like RJD, BJP, JDU. But let's wait and see the order. I'm still little cautious because compared to BJP, RJD has been JDU hasn't faced any kind of challenge, neither voter fatigue nor big mass dissatisfaction against Nitish Kumar in his policies. So let's see how the final tally, comes out. But looks like, but if if that's the trend, it seems that NDA is on the verge of, very comfortable victory. If that holds.
What is surprising, even the last time, Brijesh, the BJP got more number of seats than the JDU.
Well, I think, 2020 was a different election. 2020 was an election which was, the role of Hanuman, very effective. Hanuman was played by LJP. And it was backed suitably by the Bharatiya Janata Party. And the attempt was to cut JDU to size. And this is precisely what happened. But the BJP realized that, they cannot wish away JDU. And that is the reason why they said that they adopted the grand gesture of saying that irrespective of JDU getting less seats,
Nitish
we will still make Nitish
thing.
And this is the reason why Nitish paid in kind to Chirag Paswan, making sure that there is a split in the party, making sure that the Ram Vilas Paswan's belongings were thrown on the road, and also ensuring that Chirag Paswan was a persona non grata for the BJP for a quite considerable time, and made sure that Paras Paswan became the minister, central minister in Modi's cabinet.
And giving LJP 23 seats to contest when they had won only 2. Is also in a way 29 seats. So is also in a way to try and keep the JDU in check, isn't it?
I would say that more than JDU in check, they didn't wanted to upset the caste coalition, and that is the reason why they didn't wanted to antagonize Chirag Paswan and further fear any kind of social torpedoing of their otherwise a very good coalition which they had built. That is the reason why he got more than that.
Okay, so let me go across to Samia. Samia has got some data to show us, and the question which we are going to ponder upon is that though a lot of people are saying it's the farewell election of Nitish. So in case it's a farewell election for Nitish, and even then the party is not the number one party in Bihar, what happens when Nitish exits the scene? What happens to JDU? Is it going to go the way ADMK has gone in Tamil Nadu? But before that, Samia.
Absolutely, Karthikeya. We have certain early leads, early trends, I would like to say, and we're putting it out on our screens right now. We are starting with West Champaran. NDA is looking at 4 leads over here, Mahagathbandhan at 1, JSP is standing at 1. We are waiting to see if these numbers are going to change because they are. EVM counting has just begun. This is for West Champaran district. The next is the East Champaran district. NDA is still holding strong over here, but Mahagathbandhan also, it's going to be like a neck-to-neck space over here. JSP clearly has not been able to create a dent either in NDA or in Mahagathbandhan's vote share, at least in East Champaran. The next district is Sitamarhi, which is NDA is leading over here. No prizes for guessing over there because Sitamarhi has been one of the most talked about, the intensive campaign that it has witnessed. The next district that we are looking at is Vaishali, where Mahagathbandhan is leading with 3 seats over here, and the NDA is standing at 1. I would like to come to Mr. KV Prasad later to ask about this sort of a shift in Vaishali, but Madhubani is standing at 2 seats over here with NDA leading. We are waiting to see if Mahagathbandhan is going to also show certain numbers, but as of now, as per the early trends, it doesn't look like that JSP is going to hold fort over here at all. Darbhanga is standing with 2 for the NDA. Mahagathbandhan hasn't opened up its khata, like they say, but we are waiting. Like I mentioned, JSP over there was leading with 1 seat. At Buxar, of course, NDA is standing with 3 strong seats there. But these are again early trends. These are bound to change as the EVM voting is going to progress one round after the other. All these numbers can change. NDA in Begusarai now, NDA is at 7 seats over here. Mahagathbandhan, JSP and others have not yet secured any space. But I would like to ask you, Mr. Prasad sir, how do you look at these early trends? Because clearly, as far as NDA is concerned, it appears that the exit polls are still holding true.
Well, I think 2 things are very clear. If we look at the trend of what we see is the paper ballots, or the ballots which are early ballots, which reach postal ballots as we call, they give you some sense. And if I were to use a quote recently from what Mr. Rahul Gandhi said at his press conference in reference to Haryana, he said, look, all the postal ballots gave us the numbers.
That's true.
Right. So I'm not saying that applies here. I don't know. But what I mean to say is, if they could firm up when the EVM starts spewing the results, probably in an hour or so, you will have a more firmer indication as to which way the wind is blowing. Well, if about 7 or 8 exit polls told us only one side of the story, and all of them show one thing very clear, that it is the NDA which is coming back to office. That's one thing is clear. The numbers may vary, but if you look at all the exit polls, 7 or 5 or 9, whatever they did, nobody gave Mahagathbandhan any chance to be back in office. So we'll see how it plays out.
A comfortable majority over there that has been predicted by most of the exit polls that have been carried out, and the early trends also looks like it's indicating the same. We are definitely looking at TeJashwi Yadav leading from Raghopur, but he is the chief ministerial candidate from the Mahagathbandhan. They have put all their effort in Raghopur. So we have to see. It's only 8:48 right now, Karthike, and like Mr. KV Prasad has also said, that postal ballot and EVM may completely present a different picture altogether. We will be back with other trends, more updates, with the breaking news also coming in from the ground zero. We are slipping into a short break right now. Lots more lined up. Stay tuned.
खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
Breaking news, major disruption is expected this week.
Yes, disruption confirmed. That's me. Relax, no scams, no scams. Just my brand new show, News Cosmic with Cyrus.
All right, welcome back. Well, we're looking at numbers flashing on our screens there. Right on top, we're looking at the RJD seems to be appearing as the single largest party there, and catching up with RJD's number is BJP, not the JDU but the BJP. BJP looking at 58, going strong, RJD at 42. Yeah, you have 64. RJD at 64. RJD at 64, BJP at 58. What does it really speak of? I'd like to ask Brijesh here, as much as, we may want to diss, or one may want to diss the Mahagathbandhan, saying that they haven't picked the right issues, they haven't fought enough, they haven't, gotten to the ground of it. What does it mean when they become the single largest party? Don't they have the people's mandate?
Well, I think, right now as we speak, the RJD is the single largest party, 4 seats ahead of BJP. And the fact of the matter is just proves one point that yes, the RJD's social base is completely intact and there's no tinkering with that. I think the real challenge will be whether the Congress is able to convert its seat share. If they are able to do that, I think then there's no stopping the Mahagathbandhan. But if Congress is not able to do that, then I think it'll be a big challenge for the Mahagathbandhan to cruise as easily as it should have been. But right now, I think it's too early to say any kind of thing. I think we have to wait for at least 1 hour before, couple of rounds of voting takes place, so that we're in a much better position to hazard a guess as to which party is the largest and which way this election is, at least it's indicative.
And if Ms. Smita, if at all the JDU does not match up with its might, it's clear that Nitish Kumar will not be made the chief minister this time. That's the buzz. That if the BJP gets more numbers...
Yes, it has been in the chatter for a while that if the BJP emerges the bigger partner, and BJP tally is much more than the JDU, then there may be a question on the leadership. But so far, I will not go with that theory at all, because this election, if the NDA is leading comfortably, is as much a Nitish Kumar election as it is a BJP Narendra Modi Amit Shah election. It is the combined impact, it is the narrative, it is the issues, it is the support of the center to the Bihar government. It is also Nitish Kumar's bold decisions and his very welfare centric governance which has created this environment. Otherwise, to be in a pole position, in a leading position at a time when you have been at the helm for 20 years is not a small thing in a democracy. So therefore, I do not think, I do not see a rethink on the leadership question, even if JDU is below the BJP, which it appears as of now.
Yeah, I see a very interesting point we are flashing on our screens as well. Prashant Kishor, Jan Swaraj Party leading in 3 seats. So that's quite a big opening there. I'm not too sure if this is too early to call this.
I think, by Prashant Kishor, we all know where his electoral fortune is. It will be very interesting to see the percentage of vote he would poll at the end of the day and how much big of a dent he is to either, NDA or to Mahagathbandhan. But if you look at the numbers which are flashing up there, suddenly there's a slight uptick in the fortunes as early as it may be of Mahagathbandhan, because from 3 Congresses now jumped to 15. So I'm saying that, it is the Congress conversion rate that is going to play a very crucial role as far as, the electoral fortune of Mahagathbandhan is concerned. If Congress is able to take its tally to somewhere in the range of 20 or plus, I think it will give a good fight to the NDA.
But the number of Congress is so dismal, there's 15. Congress at 15.
No, from 3 to 15. Because it was stuck with 3 for
How much did the Congress win the last time?
I don't remember.
I think Congress contested 75 seats.
They contested 70 and they won 19.
19 seats. They contested 70.
So in the alliance, they had the worst strike rate. And the CPML, Dipankar Bhattacharya's team, had the best strike rate.
Okay. So now
they contested 19 and
Smita,
won 12.
Let's divide this conversation into 4 parts till numbers solidify. 1, why doesn't, after 1989, how come no party has got a simple majority in Bihar? Has something fundamentally changed in Bihar's politics? That's number 1. Secondly, the results are showing that this is an election between BJP and RJD. If we look at the results, if we just break it down, Bharatiya Janata Party is 58 and JDU is 43. They are in alliance. So BJP is the bigger partner and RJD is 68 and Congress is the smaller party with 15. So it's BJP versus RJD. Third, despite Nitish Kumar being the tallest leader, someone you can't do without, his party is declining in numbers. This will be the second time, it will not be the big brother. And the fourth is, as Brijesh said, the Congress conversion rate. That is going to matter. Now, I'm joined by Manish Baria, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. I am also joined by Neeraj Mishra, spokesperson Congress. Smita Mishra continues to be with me. Brijesh, Sumit Pandey. Ashwini Kumar also continues to be with me. And Faizan Ahmed. Ashwini, are you there?
Yeah, I am there.
Okay, so Ashwini, my first question to you. Let's, basic question. How come, despite immense popularity, the churn and the issues, no political party after 1990 has been able to secure simple majority? Why it has become a sort of a soup in Bihar, a broth sort of a politics?
It's a good soup, it's a lovely, warm and friendly soup, and Biharis enjoy that.
You're making
soup.
me feel hungry. I haven't had breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not an English breakfast in Bihar.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I'm sorry. I'm
you don't have to be sorry. That was a super good one.
I mean, like, with litti chokha, I mean, like, this soup will make a lot of sense, Both Nitish ji and Lalu ji enjoy litti chokha together in their college days as well. So my sense is here, I mean, like, the sense is here, if you look at, since 67, this story began in 67, when Bihar went through a transformation, a churning, and that keeps repeating. And since then, if you see the dominant party system, that completely disintegrated, because the dominant party was also correlated with the, social dominance of upper caste in Bihar. So part of the reason that is also reflective of, Bihar's social demographic landscape, and that, shows in the kind of party system. If you look at nation, in terms of the fourth party system, BJP, if not hegemonic, has become dominant. On the other hand, if you look at Bihar closely, every election, if you look at, except 2010 election, RJD, has been, almost same, dominant, but not dominant enough to become, single party rule. And the reason is the, social alliance and the social bloc, the mandal, So this whole fragmented mandal bloc leads into this kind of electoral system, which is not giving the only the big change that would happen if BJP gets to number one. In future, maybe in next election 2030, or in this election, if BJP manages to get ahead of JDU, that will be real big change in Bihar's politics, because BJP politics is very different, radically different from the socialist mandal politics.
Absolutely. So, in the ECI data, let me just also show you the ECI data. ECI data is showing Bharatiya Janata Party right now leading in 2 seats, but the ECI data is secure but slightly slow. So I'm not going to go into that.
If we go with the numbers here that's flashing on our screens, RJD at 71, the Congress seems to be picking up. Mahagathbandhan on the whole is showing at 98, NDA on the whole at 121. So NDA is still going strong.
I think two very interesting things is happening. I mean, it's very early, but I would still say that RJD has solidified its lead over BJP quite substantially now as the single largest party, and JDU has picked up. JDU, and I personally feel that that JDU is going to be the big brother as far as this alliance is concerned, and they will be, because this election is many would agree or disagree, but I would say that JDU, this election is fought in the name of the real vote catcher, game changer, whatever you want to call it, catalyst is Nitish Kumar and not the BJP, and this voting will be on the face of JDU, and I personally feel that JDU is going to be the big brother as far as the number is concerned, because
I thought otherwise, and it's surprising that there's hardly any anti-incumbency if that's the case.
No, and it's also a very good case of vote transfer. The BJP is also getting Nitish Kumar's vote apart from its own vote. The JDU is also getting Narendra Modi and Amit Shah's vote. It's a classic case of vote transfer, running the government together and going into elections together with CM face or without CM.
Smita, in Orai, Ram Nishad, and in Rajnagar, it is Sujit Kumar. Both BJP?
A former IRS officer.
Former IRS officer, Orai, Ram Nishad, and Rajnagar, Sujit Kumar. I know we are doing a lot of micro issues, maybe for a larger audience, but there's the important issue is that, you have also new faces in this election, in these assembly elections.
Sujit Kumar is a very interesting case. As a reporter, it's very curious. His wife was an MLA. His wife is a BJP leader. She contested the elections. She won. Meanwhile, Mr. Sujit Kumar,
I think MGB, sorry for cutting in, MGB has touched 100.
100, yes. So it's getting closer.
But in election commission data, because I'm slightly shifting the goalpost. In election commission data, it's only BJP that's there.
Well, I think election commission data we all know. I mean, it's a government agency, so they can't afford to go wrong. So yeah, like their data is filtered, checked at every level because they can't afford to go wrong on this, and that is the reason why we have seen that when private TV channels and others are like galloping with numbers, they are far more restrained and conservative
because
numbers.
Election absolutely, I completely agree. Election commission data is showing that there are 5 seats in which Bharatiya Janata Party is leading. So I think that we should, take cognizance of. So yes, the second issue is
Jan Swaraj has got 4 in the lead. That's really interesting. And could he be the kingmaker then?
Well, as you know, I will quote Prashant Kishor on that. In an interview, Prashant Kishor, he's a guy who's a realist. I would give him that. He said, if I get less than 10 seats, all of my MLAs will desert me and join the leading coalition partner. Nobody will stick with me. And he said this openly because he said that Dhanatantra, which is the Dhanatantra, will overtake anything and the personal ambitions will get better of it. So if he's getting somewhere in the range of 4, 5, 6 and all, I will go with what Prashant Kishor has said, that they will shift their allegiance immediately to the highest bidder and the person who looks like form the government.
So is this a close election? Is this a close election? Let me just go across to Manish. Manish, you are there with me?
Yeah, I'm there.
Manish, people were expecting that the leads are going to be slightly bigger, but it's still, I'm not saying it's very close, but it's there, 12400.
Yeah, so from what we're seeing now, I think NDA has formed the government. I know we are very close to 122. I think we've crossed in some channels, we have even crossed it. And the lead is quite good. So I think it's not going to be that close. We are very confident of our original prediction. We are going to cross 150, 160 seats together. So I think the wind is in our favor. I think we're doing very good. We're quite confident the way things are happening as of now. But still, I think we have to wait for another 1 hour. I think 1.5 hours where things become very, very clear.
Okay, so another thing, Sujit Singh from Gaura Boram, Darbhanga, he's an IRS officer in Rajnagar. Madhubani, Sujit Paswan, he's also ex-ABVP. So, there are a lot of data that is coming in, and I know this is micro-minute data, but it's very, very important to understand that Bihar elections is witnessing certain very important themes. The first important theme is that RJD continues to be the single largest party. We need to understand. Second important theme that is emerging is that the BJP continues to be a bigger partner than JDU. The third important theme which is emerging is that LJP and Congress, they are operating at the same level. If Congress is leading in 17 seats, LJP is also leading in 11 seats. That's also very, very important. Third is the conversion rate of the Congress party is an issue right now. The fourth thing is the election is not about a sweep and bigger margin. That is also becoming very, very evident. So if you look at it, NDA has got 126 seats, MJB has got 103 seats, Jan Swaraj Party has got 3 seats, others have got 1 seat, and we are also taking you through the ECI data. So these are the general leads that are coming in. When I say ECI data is something which is officially that is declared on their website, which shows 5 seats to Bharatiya Janata Party and 2 seats to RJD. So I don't want my viewers to get confused about it. So viewers should not get confused about it. These are the data which is as per the Election Commission of India. So that's one thing. Now KV Prasad joins me. Samya also joins me from the news pit. Samya, are you there with me? Samya, you're there with me. Samya, are you surprised with these results? 57 BJP, JDU 54. Are you surprised?
Well, Karthikeya, clearly as far as BJP leading the way in NDA is concerned, it is the indication of the fact that perhaps the regional satraps or the regional parties are not as significant as the BJP over here, because the national party is the one that has led this election. Of course, it got to be about a local issue, but we can't really forget about the fact that how there were comments being made about the Prime Minister's mother and these issues where the Prime Minister, Home Minister, senior leaders, everybody descended over there, and it did have a national political overtone to Bihar's election as well. We can't rule that out. But as far as Congress's conversion rate is concerned, I mean, it is an area of concern that Congress will have to address. election after election, we see this happening, that the Congress seems to be losing ground. No matter what they try to do, there's something very basic that they're getting it wrong, and they're not being able to resurrect themselves in the heartland, Hindi heartland like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. And today what we're looking at seems to be another example of it.
I'll be joined by Santosh Singh, senior journalist from Patna, Manish Baryar, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Neeraj Mishra, spokesperson Congress, Smita Mishra, author and senior journalist, Brijesh Pandey continues to be with me, Sumit Pandey, political editor, Deccan Herald, KV Prasad, senior journalist, Professor Ashwini Kumar Tis, and Faizan Ahmed, senior journalist. Is Faizan there with me? I think Faizan is going to join me a little later. KV Prasad joins me. KV, 124 and 100, it's not a huge margin election. It's still close.
Absolutely, and as you've been saying from the beginning, these are very, very early trends, very early, and how they convert and how they firm up is what will be interesting to watch. Probably in an hour or so, you will have a little more firmer footage in terms of numbers converting. And remember, all throughout, people have been talking two things, and the numbers that show up for BJP versus JDU, that's very interesting because most reports from the ground seem to suggest that there was no anger against Nitish Kumar per se, which means no anger against JDU, which was leading the government. And BJP was trailing, or BJP was, riding on the coattails. Well, these figures certainly show that that was not the case. So most people either read the wind wrong or read the tea leaves wrong. That's what it indicates.
Or is there a larger issue? This is something, Professor Ashwini Kumar, are we having issues with the way exit polls are being conducted? The way exit polls were conducted earlier, and the results would come out, they would be right 80%, 90% of the time. But these days, there's a wide fluctuation despite better technology, more social media, more intrusive.
I would like to stop you there. JDU has overtaken BJP in the early days as the largest party.
Your ability to compute the data more sharply and ability to connect with a lot of people electronically, even then, it's going off the mark. Why?
See, if you just look at, last 2024 election and the way Axis failed miserably, I think that tells a lot about, despite the new age of psephology. I mean, as a political scientist, as psephologist, the first primary principle is violated by most exit pollsters in terms of, randomization, non-responsive, and looking at the complexity of this, especially, social complexity. Most of the exit pollsters, barring few C voter, and again, Axis has done good job this time. That's the problem, lack of transparency also. I mean, we don't know their sample size. I mean, which is very key, fundamental to you figure out rightly. And also, if you leave the constituency by 3 o'clock, I'm sure you're going to make huge mistakes, blunder, in fact, predicting. That's why exit polls have become more, in terms of gauging the mood of the electorate, not always correctly, and perhaps more about, chatter here and there in the drawing room, because by 4 to 6, if you have been on the ground, and most of us have been on the ground, that is where massive votings take place. And also there is in Bihar a problem in terms of, most exit polls make mistake in Bihar because of social complexity and the screening, people really screen themselves, upper caste talking to upper caste, media is largely, and the pollsters are largely coming from that social constituency. That is also a huge social bias, resulting into the misreporting.
Okay, Manish Baryar also joins me, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Good morning, Manish. So the slogan is already out. Bihar hai taiyar. वो चल रहा था.
फिर से नीतीश कुमार.
फिर से नीतीश कुमार.
Yeah, that is what we have been discussing, and just hope that I'm very confident that this looks like very much on the lines of exit poll, even better. We have been telling that it's going to be 2/3, but looking at now, it seems that it might actually be 2/3. Let's hope so.
2/3.
Yeah, why not? I think the kind of momentum it is, but it's still early. I just hope that this momentum remains, but then it is possible because as all of you know that if the momentum picks up, it can go beyond 145, 150 to even to 160.
Absolutely. Santosh also joins me. Good morning, Santosh.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you here. Are you surprised with these early results? Let me give you both sides of the story. These are the results which we are getting by tracking our own feeds, which is 132 NDA, which is 55 BJP, 58 JDU, 14 LJP, HAM 4, and then in MJB 75 RJD, 20 Congress, VIP 1. The Election Commission data is showing Bharatiya Janata Party 6, Rashtriya Janata Dal 2, Lok Janshakti Party 2, Janata Dal United 1 and Indian National Congress 1. That's a different story. So first your opening comments.
Karthike, I think it would stabilize. Let us wait for say 11:30. By that time we would have clearer picture. I think several rounds of counting will tell us which region is doing in what manner. So these are the early threats, and it is so far going along the same lines. We do not know the difference between the two combinations. But what I still sense, it is a closely called election, closely fought election. So different would not be too much. I do not know about the psychology, about the convertibility, what the difference between vote percent, how much it results into the number of seats or the margin of victory or loss. But as of now, okay, but it doesn't look like a landslide victory, but it will be something along in the manner we have been discussing for the last 2-3 days. So so far we do not make too much into the data so far. Karthike.
Landslide. Santosh, another question. Despite performing consistently, what is stopping TeJashwi as of now? I might be proved wrong later, for not crossing that Rubicon. What is limiting them? Is it the MY factor which enables them, also limits them, boxes them?
It does.
Santosh?
You are asking?
Yes,
you are asking me?
Yes, that's the question.
Yeah. It's a very important question. It's always about MY plus what. What do you get on the social platter? He has been trying hard. He got IIP, Indian Inclusive Party, BIP. But MY plus what and how much? That was exactly the story last time. It's about social combination. What was the difference between the two combinations last time? I think Chirag, Paswan and Kushwaha were the difference between the two. When they came back to the NDA fold, they start with arithmetic advantage of 5%. So now are they going to get closer with IIP and BIP with them now? It's a 5-party alliance versus 7-party alliance, as they say. But is it good enough? And it's about my leader versus your leader, my social combination versus your social combination, my narrative versus your narrative. So it's the game. It's also the personality, Nitish Kumar's personality, and TeJashwi just emerging.
Let me ask this outlier question. If I just go by, I know I'm switching, but I really need to do this because it's very interesting, and this brings me to an issue. Brijesh, anyone, you can raise your hand and come to me. Are we going? Is it possible that we may witness Maharashtra and Bihar? Going by the EC, the only party that is making substantial jump, Brijesh, you can come in, is Bharatiya Janata Party.
I think we should not. Election commissions of India's data or the figures which they are saying is too early, and I think at least next 4 to 5 hours we would not be in a position to do any discussion or analysis based on Election Commission of India's data. But what I can say for sure is there's something which I have been saying all along, that JDU is going to be the largest party, and it is reflecting on screen. JDU, which was 42, BJP, which was continual surge till 830, 840, and at one point of time they were 58, is now kind of settling down into 55, 60, 55, 56, 57. But JDU is cementing its lead as the elder brother as far as NDA is concerned. And interestingly, right now, because it's too early, and I've been saying this, like it's too early to make any kind of prediction whatsoever, but if you go by the data which is in front of it, Chirag Paswan party is ahead in 14, and I think that'll be very, very good news as far as LJP is concerned.
Okay, now Smita wants to come in. Smita, my question remains simple. I'm just analyzing it. Anyone who wants to come in, raise your hand. The first are counting EC number analysis. I say there is a huge gain for NDA, but in that it's mainly BJP. So I'm not saying that I might be correct, but I'm opening a possibility of a conversation here with all my esteemed guests. I'm not being presumptuous here. Do you think we can have a Maharashtra in Bihar whereby BJP becomes the predominant party overtaking JDU?
There are some reasons why it will not be exactly Maharashtra, very basic reasons. Number one, in Maharashtra, you have to remember the fact that in the Lok Sabha 2024, the Maharashtra, the Mahayuti, which was the combine of the BJP, Shinde Sena and some other parties, they had done dismally low, and which had created a lot of concern and churning within the alliance. And then they bounced back with a wonderful result. And as of today, the opposition has been decimated in the Maharashtra Assembly. Now, look at Bihar. In Bihar, unlike UP, Haryana and some other states, the NDA fared quite well, you know. Despite having a sort of a similar social situation and even political narrative, the NDA did quite well in Bihar in the Lok Sabha 2024, not like UP or Haryana, is number one. Secondly, just before Lok Sabha elections in Maharashtra, there had been a lot of todfod. Eknath Shinde left the NCP, he left Shiv Sena and came and became chief minister. Then Ajit Pawar came. No such churning was visible in Bihar for the past few years. Yes, in 2020, Nitish Kumar had gone with the RJD as the Mahagathbandhan, but then he had done it earlier also. And after coming back, he was fairly comfortable and a stable government. Paswan, who was fighting separately, had also joined as a minister in the center and a part of the alliance. So there are various differences between the Maharashtra situation and Bihar. But if you say that the NDA or the Mahayuti as in Maharashtra continue to be the dominant alliance, yes, I think the similarity is there to that extent.
Okay, I'm also joined by Neeraj Mishra, spokesperson Congress Party. Sir, your opening comments.
Kartikeya ji, you actually know the script because it's too early to call what is going to happen. But what we have been analyzing is that the resonance of our issues has been there on the ground. People have been questioning the last 20 years of NDA's government in Bihar. And I think that the substantial vote increase which has happened, which is roughly around 30,000 votes per assembly, it suggests that the incumbent government was facing the brunt of the people. And I'm hopeful that as the numbers settle in, Bihar will see the new light of the day, and the 20 years of misgovernance in which people were forced to migrate from their state because job opportunities were not there. They were not able to have a dignified life. So we are seeing that once the numbers settle in, we are hopeful that all the things which were part of our campaign, right from Naukri, Dawai, Sichai and all other factors on which we were trying to make our election campaign being heard, it will resonate in the numbers also.
Are you worried? Are you hopeful? Let's put it this way about the conversion rate. Last time you came under a lot of criticism. You fought 70 seats, you got 19 seats. I'll come to you, Manish. I'll just come to you. Are you hopeful of the conversion rate?
We are. Because I think this time around when we were negotiating the seats, we made it a...
Okay, I think there's a bit of an audio problem with him. Manish, you wanted to come in, please.
We analyzed the election.
Because he seems new light of the day has already happened. Where is he? He needs to smell the coffee now. So he's still in the election mode. It seems Congress is now 10. I know it is very early days and we've had enough of experience of what has happened. Even last election was too close to call and there were a lot of things. But still the trends, the early trends, whatever it is coming up, I think Congress has a lot to do in introspection on that.
Congress needs a lot to do introspection on that. Santosh, can Maharashtra happen in Bihar? Can BJP actually overtake JDU completely?
I don't think so. As the results will settle now, we will see that it is not going to happen. It looks unlikely. It's a different state. If you go by the social combination, JDU also has stitched a very good alliance. See, there could be some convertibility issue between JDU and BJP, or also LJP versus JDU. It can happen. It did happen on some seats. But overall, I would see there would be neck and neck between JDU and BJP. Who knows, the JDU could be 5 seats more, or it could be pretty even. So I don't, coming back to your question, I don't see that happening.
So BJP is emerging as a party of interest to me. Manish, I'll come to you. You know, it is emerging as a party of interest to me. Yes, Ashwini, please, and then I'll come to Manish, because we've got a plethora of bites now.
Coming back, I think, if you just look at, the performance of BJP in Bihar historically, I remember from the old days, even during the emergency, BJP worked very hard, to establish its ground in Bihar. And so BJP is certainly on the rise in Bihar. That's very clear. If you just look at, since 2010 onwards, despite, 2015, the low performance, BJP continues to remain a player, and now becoming a significant player. So that's the message from 2025. So we have to give, credit to BJP, because in a context, where people haven't given chance to BJP, and the combination between Nitish Kumar and BJP seem to be working on the ground, So that's something I can detect here. It won't be, replica of Maharashtra, given qualitatively different social and political systems, including the party structures here. But it's very clear that BJP, if, goes neck and neck, with RJD.
Professor, politics is about social engineering. Let me put it this way. Who imagined in 2000 that the BJP will get a single majority in Haryana? Who imagined that a state which was formed on the identity of tribals, you would have a non-tribal as a chief minister of Jharkhand? I'm just asking, you can say, Karthikeya, you have got it wrong. In Haryana, there was a reverse. And in Haryana, BJP made a Punjabi the chief minister, state that was dominated by Jats. And and then in Maharashtra, Maratha dominated politics, they made a Brahmin the chief minister. So there is always a first time in politics. I really have to put this on record. Who thought that the BJP will be forming a government with a party which is considered to be close to the idea of militancy, which is PDP? They also did it. BJP did it. They formed a government with Mehbooba Mufti. They might not like it for me to say this now, but that party has it's a very conservative party in terms of when we talk about liberal mainstream, but they did it. So they can also be a first time, na? Why are we saying that it cannot happen in Bihar? अगर जब हरियाणा में हो सकता है, नॉन ट्राइबल चीफ मिनिस्टर बना देंगे वो, तो यहाँ क्यों नहीं हो सकता?
यहाँ नहीं होगा.
ओके, यहाँ नहीं होगा, आप सही हो जाएंगे, पर सवाल तो पूछे जा सकते हैं, प्रोफेसर.
कार्तिकेय, नीतीश कुमार is a common factor between RJD and JDU, or for that matter NDA and Mahagathbandhan. No, I call it him Ubhayanishta Tattva of Bihar politics.
What?
He can swing.
What do you call it?
Ubhayanishta.
अच्छा.
हाँ, जो दोनों तरफ कॉमन फैक्टर हैं, दोनों तरफ he can swing both ways. So that is his political utility, Do not call it कि जो words इस्तेमाल somersault क्या नाम इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, वो उनको व्यवहारिक समाजवाद बोलते हैं वो लोग उसको. तो वो उनकी पॉलिटिकल एसेट भी है, यूटिलिटी भी है, और उसी के कारण से यहाँ महाराष्ट्र नहीं हो सकता है. नीतीश कुमार वुड कंटिन्यू टू रिमेन द बिगेस्ट पिलर, और नंबर थोड़े कम भी आ जाएंगे, जैसे इनके नंबर उनके नंबर, इट एड्स अप टू 122. बीजेपी वुड नॉट
संतोष, मुझे पता नहीं सही गलत का तो पता नहीं, पर आज आपने मुझे एक नया शब्द सिखा दिया, एंड आई एम रियली ग्लैड यू टॉट मी दैट, व्यवहारिक समाजवाद. आई थिंक आई विल इंप्लीमेंट दैट इन न्यूज रूम आल्सो. It's very much required. So that's one thing. Vyavaharik, you are saying that the safalta of the Nitish politics is because of the Vyavaharik Samajwad. But let me again just tell you the data that is coming in. And in the EC data, apart from all the data you are watching, in the EC data, it's very clear the BJP is the principal lead. 16, JDU 9, Rashtriya Janata Dal 4, Lok Janshakti 3, National Congress 2, Communist Party of India 1. This is also very interesting. Communist Party of India used to have stay, but it has become completely irrelevant. And now the EC data is showing BJP 20, JDU 15, LJP 3, RJD 6, Indian National Congress 3. Well, it's going to take time. But before we go to other subjects and get back to my panelists, there are a lot of bites and reactions of the political parties that have come in. Just let me throw them to you. There is one commercial break, and then I will be back because my colleague Nabila Jamal has finally come back to the studio.
निश्चित तौर पर जनता की भावनाओं का आप लोगों ने एग्जिट पोल के माध्यम से प्रकटीकरण किया। वह रुझान जो था, जो अनुमान था, अब परिणाम में बदलने जा रहा है और बिहार की जनता ने जो परिणाम डबल इंजन की सरकार मोदी जी नीतीश जी पर विश्वास व्यक्त किया है, ये देश को एक दिशा देगा।
देखिए, शुरुआती रुझान में 2015 में मुझे अच्छी तरह से याद है कि बीजेपी दफ्तर में मिठाइयाँ बंटने लगी थीं और वो लोग 53-54 पर सिमट गए थे। तो अभी कोई निश्चित मत नहीं बना सकता है। अभी आगे देखिए 10-10:30 बजे तक क्या होता है। मिठाई बनाने का किसी को भी राइट है। जो हार रहा है वो उसके यहाँ भी मिठाई बन रहा है, जो जीत रहा है उसके यहाँ भी मिठाइयाँ बट रही हैं। हमको विश्वास है कि महागठबंधन के पक्ष में परिणाम आएगा।
सब सीट हम लोग जीतेंगे यहाँ और बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी पुनः मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे। भारी बहुमत से एनडीए गठबंधन चुनाव जीतेगा पूरे बिहार में। हम पार्टी 6 सीट लड़े हैं, 6 सीट जीतेंगे।
लोगों की जीत होने वाली है। चलिए हम लोग जीत रहे हैं। बहुत शुभकामनाएं आप लोगों को। बदलाव होगा, बदलाव होगा, बदलाव होने जा रहा है, बदलाव होने जा रहा है। सरकार बना रहे हैं।
ये जीतने वाले लोगों की भाषा है। जीतने वाला लोग या हारने वाला राजनीति और प्रजातंत्र विनम्रता का है। जितना विनम्रता से आप जीत को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, उतनी ही विनम्रता से आप अपनी हार को एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये आपका अपना मैंडेट नहीं है। यू ट्राइड योर लेवल बेस्ट, पीपल हैव एक्सेप्टेड यू और रिजेक्टेड इट।
बिहार का सबसे बड़ा विधानसभा संख्या के बूथों की दृष्टि से 503 बूथ है, तो स्वाभाविक रूप से जनता का जो प्रेम स्नेह लगातार वृद्धि के क्रम में मिलते रहा है, तो एक सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण और परिणाम रहेगा। जनता को बहुत बहुत आपके माध्यम से मैं धन्यवाद दे जाना चाहता हूँ। दीघा विधानसभा का जो प्रेम और स्नेह दिया वो परिणाम जल्द से जल्द आपको पता चल जाएंगे, पर बहुत ही सकारात्मक और ऊर्जा का प्रेम। और मैं बिहार की जनता को भी, मतदाताओं बंधुओं को भी आपके तरफ से, आपके माध्यम से बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने जो एक सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोण एनडीए के पक्ष में दिया है, कि पूरा विश्वास जो दिया है वो लगातार विकास के साथ परिणित हुआ है। तो आज विश्वास और विकास ये एनडीए गठबंधन का जो परिणाम रहा है, जनता ने उसका परिणाम देगा और जल्द से जल्द उसके रिजल्ट भी आपको जल्द से जल्द दिखाई देंगे।
गृह मंत्री जी ने सही कहा, उनको विश्वास है कि 160 का आंकड़ा जो है हम लाएंगे। गृह मंत्री जी को अपना विश्वास था, क्योंकि गृह मंत्री जी ने दिन रात, प्रधानमंत्री जी, गृह मंत्री जी, राजनाथ जी और हमारे सभी लीडर ने और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी दिन रात मेहनत किए। तो मेहनत का मजदूरी तो मिलता है, तो मजदूरी के बारे में तो कोई भी सोच सकते हैं कि नहीं जनता हमें मजदूरी देगी।
मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार ही। चलिए हम लोग जीत रहे हैं। बहुत शुभकामनाएं आप लोगों को। बदलाव होगा, बदलाव होगा, बदलाव होने जा रहा है, बदलाव होने जा रहा है। सरकार बना रहे हैं।
We have BJP leader Prem Shukla ji with us. Let us talk to him. Sir, what do you predict is happening in Bihar?
बिहार में भारतीय जनता पार्टी और राष्ट्रीय जनतांत्रिक गठबंधन को प्रचंड जनादेश मिलना निश्चित है।
सर, लेकिन अभी कांग्रेस के दफ्तर के बाहर एक एजिटेशन टाइप से कुछ हो रहा था, जिसमें वो कह रहे थे कि वोट चोरी के खिलाफ वो प्रदर्शन।
देखिए, जनतंत्र में हर किसी को विश्वास रखना चाहिए, संवैधानिक व्यवस्था के विरोध में नहीं जाना चाहिए।
लेकिन ये जो एजिटेशन अभी से उन्होंने शुरू कर दिया, अभी से ही कर रहे हैं, और
हार पर रार ठाने की उनकी परंपरा है।
हार पर रार ठारने की परंपरा है, लेकिन आप किस तरीके से देखते हैं, क्या क्या फैक्टर्स हैं जो आपके फेवर में काम कर रहे हैं?
अभी अंतिम जनादेश आने का इंतजार कीजिए। बिहार की जनता ने विकास को मतदान दिया है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व पर विश्वास व्यक्त किया है।
महिलाओं का फैक्टर कितना काम कर रहा है?
निश्चित तौर पर महिलाएं, जो स्त्री शक्ति तो नरेंद्र मोदी जी को हमेशा साथ देती है।
इस बार क्या लगता है सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर महिलाएं ही होने वाला है?
बिहार का विकास सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर है।
We are at BJP office, and for the Bihar election results, you see the preparations that are going on in BJP office. You can see the kachoris are being made, and here the food of Bihar, the popular food of Bihar, the litti chokha, it is also being prepared here the paranthas, and in sweets you can see jalebis are being prepared. This is all being prepared at the BJP office, and they are waiting just for the results to pour in, the trends to pour in, and then these are the preparations as the BJP anticipate their win in the Bihar Assembly elections. These are the preparations that are going on in here. Let us talk to these people and try to understand what kind of preparation is going on in here. Sir, क्या बन रहा है?
सत्तू के पराठे, जिलेबी और बैगन का चोखा।
बिहार का खास
के लिए बिहार का डिश है और बिहार का चुनाव है इसी उत्सव पे,
इसलिए खास तौर पे लिट्टी चोखा बना है।
जी जी।
मीठे में क्या बन रहा है?
जिलेबी, राष्ट्रीय मिठाई।
राष्ट्रीय मिठाई,
जिलेबी।
और ये क्या बैंगन का भरता बना है?
बैगन का भरता भी ये नाश्ता में है, भोजन में लिट्टी चोखा है।
क्या ये जीतने वाले हैं?
पूरा जीत के खुशी में।
जीत की खुशी में।
जी।
ठीक है, तो लंच डिनर सब चीजों की प्रिपरेशन है।
जी।
सारे एक्टिविस्ट जितने भी आएंगे उन सब के लिए।
जी बिल्कुल।
You can see the preparations are going on and BJP anticipating their win in Bihar Assembly elections, and the exit polls also suggesting that it is the NDA which will be coming up this time around in the Bihar. They will form the government in Bihar under the leadership of Nitish Kumar. That is what the exit polls have suggested, and BJP is also anticipating. And let us wait for the trends to set in and start pouring in. Then we will come to know what is coming out of Bihar, the state of Bihar. Nivriti Mohan, News9.
It's the counting day and we are here at the Congress headquarters. Also the result is yet to be declared, but here you can see in visual that Congress supporters are here with the poster where it's clearly written, Modi jisko chahenge wo jeetega, Modi jisko chahenge wo harega. That means they are clearly putting allegations regarding vote chori here before the result is even declared. We have with us Congress supporter Jagdish Sharma. Sir, आपने ये पोस्टर लेकर अभी यहाँ पर आए, रिजल्ट अभी डिक्लेयर भी हुआ नहीं है फिर भी?
देखिए मैडम, आज पहली बार नहीं आया हूँ, मैं पिछले 35-40 साल से आ रहा हूँ। जब से मोदी जी मुख्यमंत्री थे गुजरात में 25 साल उन्होंने अपनी मन की मर्जी चलाई, किसी को जीतने नहीं दिया। अब वही लागू कर दिया है भारत में, जब से प्रधानमंत्री है वही तय करते कौन जीतता कौन हारेगा। चुनाव तो उनकी जेब में है। राहुल गांधी ने पोल खोल दिए सबूतों के साथ, उस पर कोई चर्चा नहीं है, सब चुप हैं। और राहुल गांधी कह रहे हैं उसको पता नहीं है, जो भारत का बेटा एक एक बात सबूतों के साथ दे रहा है। चुनाव आयोग चुप है। मैं समझता हूँ रिजल्ट यही आ रहे हैं जो मोदी जी चाहते हैं। मोदी जी 1-2 स्टेट हमें दे देते हैं, बाकी स्टेट सारी लूट लेते हैं। और सिर्फ ईवीएम मशीन से और चोरी से, वोट की चोरी सब उन्होंने बदल दिया, वोट चोरी से लूट रहे हैं। कहीं ना कहीं मैं समझता हूँ वही होगा जो मोदी जी चाहेंगे। हरियाणा में आपने देखा, पूरा हरियाणा पूरी मीडिया कह रही थी कांग्रेस जीतेगी, लेकिन परिणाम मोदी के फेवर में है, पहले से ज्यादा परिणाम फेवर में है। तो चुनाव का कोई मतलब नहीं है, चुनाव का मतलब रह भी नहीं गया है। और मैं तो अपने नेताओं से ये अपील करता हूँ कि मोदी जी जब तक जिंदा भारत का पैसा बचा लो, उन्हीं को प्रधानमंत्री रहने दो, वो जीतने तो देंगे नहीं। और यहाँ भी उन्होंने सोचा अगर नीतीश को निपटाना है, नीतीश को मायावती बनाना है, जैसे केजरीवाल को बना दिया, ममता को आगे चल के बनाएंगे, बंगाल लूटना उनका मेन उद्देश्य है। बिहार छोड़ सकते हैं, एग्जिट पोल बदल भी सकते हैं, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि अब फंस गए हैं कसम में कि राहुल गांधी को झूठा ठहराएं या चुनाव आयुक्त को बचाएं। अब लड़ाई बड़ी गंभीर है, ये उनको पता है। रिजल्ट कहां ले जाएंगे, समय का इंतजार करना पड़ेगा।
तो बिहार चुनाव के रिजल्ट से पहले आपको पहले से ही लग रहा है कि वोट चोरी ही हो जाएगा यहाँ पे?
मैं तो पहले से, चुनाव से पहले ही उनका विरोध करता था। देश तो 10 साल बात कर रहा है, और मैं तो कहता हूँ चुनाव का बहिष्कार करो, देश 5 साल बात करेगा। अब देश को समझ में आ गया चुनाव का मतलब नहीं है, जो मोदी जी चाहेंगे वही जीतेगा, जो मोदी जी चाहेंगे वही हारेगा, तय है।
पता है हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस आपकी फैमिली के लिए कितना जरूरी है? इतना जरूरी है कि भारत सरकार ने इस पे जीएसटी पूरी तरह से हटाकर 0 कर दिया है। पॉलिसी बाजार पर अब 1 करोड़ का हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 550 रुपए महीने से शुरू। policybazaar.com।
बढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
कसका है दिन, ये दीवाना
सुपर पावर यूज करने का टाइम आ गया है।
आप टेंशन मत लीजिए, IIFL फाइनेंस से झटपट गोल्ड लोन लीजिए और बिजनेस आगे बढ़ाइए।
लाइफ जब भी आगे बढ़ने का मौका दे, अपनी सुपर पावर, अपना गोल्ड यूज करिए और IIFL फाइनेंस से गोल्ड लोन लीजिए। IIFL फाइनेंस करता है सीधी बात।
Welcome back. As we see a clear lead for the NDA, the Mahagathbandhan at this point, as per our tally, is set at 89. But if we go by the Election Commission site, Mr. KV Prasad also, who joins us in the studio, has said EC is going rather slow. They've finished only first round so far, and EC website says 25 in the lead for the BJP, 18 for the JDU, RJD showing at 14, LJP Chirag Paswan showing 6, and Congress showing 3. Jan Swaraj is not even in the tally at this point here. But looking clearly at the figures,
it was in the media all over.
Looking at the figures, you're clearly showing BJP as the largest party.
As of now.
The
latest is 28 BJP, JDU 20.
Yeah, latest is 28.
But you know, there is also one more thing that is, I think, I would like to draw attention to this. 1985 elections, 63 deaths were reported in 156 booths. 1990 in Bihar election, 87 deaths took place. In 1995 Bihar elections, chain session postponed it 4 times. 2005 repolling done in 660 booths due to violence and malpractice. 2025 Bihar elections, 0 repolling and 0 violence.
But it has not happened overnight, Karthik. If you remember, when even in that Magad Shahbad belt, where you saw a real conflict between the Naxalites and the upper caste private armies, it was in 1989 that for the first time we had parties which were underground who became overground, and the first candidate of the CPIML, which was I think called the IPF then, was elected from ARA. Okay. So the transformation has not happened overnight.
To add to what you say, you see, the Election Commission has learnt from every election how to, have the security forces better deployed. Remember, Bihar had multiple rounds of elections. Now this time they brought down to 2 phases. Number 1. Number 2. Also, the overhang of what was an Naxal movement or the left-wing extremism has comparatively shrunk over the years.
I think 2005 was the watershed moment. I remember KJ Rao was the deputy election commissioner when he
was credited with having the
cleanest election in Bihar, and he posted himself in Patna. I remember in Maurya
In fact, what you're telling me, I remember Karthikeya just referred to the 95 election session thing. I remember having covered a event of Mr. Session in Delhi, where he thumped the table lectern and said, मैं देखता हूँ बिहार में कैसे चुनाव ठीक नहीं होंगे. And that was the election when he had multiple, and there was a lot of criticism of him, that why is he continuing to postpone elections, because he said unless the ground conditions improve, I am not going to have the elections. So it's not that, or as he said rightly, every election, the Election Commission authorities pick up from what they have and know how to put better, create that sense of confidence where you are allowing free and fair voting.
But now with the numbers here in the clear lead for the NDA, and seems like quite a thumping majority, at least so far, the Mahagathbandhan will come back to call this vote chori again.
Well, that's a political call. It's a political call for Mahagathbandhan. They'll have to look at what actually went wrong with them, number 1. Number 2, as the Election Commission trend shows, maybe I was just scrolling the data, probably 1 or 2 seats they have crossed 3rd round, and they have 30 rounds to go in some seats, there are 27 rounds to go in some seats, 26 rounds. So it's a huge, the time gap from now on to when you cross the midway mark is going to be somewhat.
I think around 11:30 we'll get.
No, nowadays it's also taking time. If you remember the last few elections, all of us are here. It's because the Election Commission itself has altered the way in which a result can be declared. In the sense they've put more checks and balances in place. And this time in particular, in case of a 17C, which is the exit at the time of when you close the poll, you give a number. And if there's a mismatch between that and the result, the VVPAT will be counted, all the VVPATs, which means they are going to be more rigorous in their approach.
Now see, the latest EC figure says the gap between JDU and BJP is closed down. BJP is 35, JDU is 33.
Wow.
So
So
I
that-
think that's,
Both
I mean,
parties
I'm
have
talking about the
performed-
Election Commission
Yeah, EC website is what we can bank on right now, and it seems like both the parties, the coalition partners,
okay.
have performed very well.
Right now, Bharatiya Janata Party, as per the EC, is 33 seats. Janata Dal United is 24 seats. Rashtriya Janata Dal is 20 seats. LJP is 8 seats. INC is 5 seats. You know, that is what this is. Sumit, you weren't here, and this question I was asking again and again. Can there be a Maharashtra and Bihar? You know, there are a lot of naysayers. They were saying no, it cannot be. But if you look at the way results are organizing, they're organizing around BJP as per the EC.
And the latest EC figure says, the latest which I have updated is 35 BJP, 33 JDU, 21 RJD.
Well, Karthik, just to
It's
take
very
your
close.
question
The
forward.
numbers are shifting very quickly. As far as I see on the website as well, every minute it's
Yeah, that will change.
increasing.
No, to take your
decreasing.
question forward, you see, this is exactly the question which cropped up when the Maharashtra results were out, and we were sitting in a discussion studio elsewhere. The same thing said, BJP had declared to go to under the face of Mr. I said, a single largest party in a coalition getting the numbers can, it's like very difficult to deny them the chance to reach out and say, you said.
But
this
I
step."
think
No, I think it's a pragmatic politics. That's a different matter. But otherwise, if a party the difference is wide, it's like untenable.
So in Bihar last time, JDU has 43.
No, but that condition was different.
Yeah.
Conditions
so I
were
think,
different.
but Karthike,
in
in UP, in Bihar, one of the critical factors in deciding the leadership will be that BJP will be facing Uttar Pradesh Vidhan Sabha elections in 2027 March. What they do in Bihar in terms of leadership, in terms of Nitish Kumar, will have a reflection politically in the adjoining state, which is politically very significant from them.
No, what
Remember, he
kind of
comes from a
impact?
non-Yadav backward community, a leader on which the BJP will be heavily banking on in Uttar Pradesh. So that is a factor that BJP will have to consider.
Or do you think that this result is also a combination? If Manish continues to proceed, then I'll go to Samya. Manish, this is also a combination that, when it comes to a CM candidate, Tejashwi is in no competition with Nitish Kumar. It's just boiling down to that, and plus other things,
Absolutely. In fact, there cannot be any comparison. I don't want to get into details. Everybody knows. But, I would like to comment on this continuous speculation about the number of seats by BJP and JDU. I think Bihar is a very different case altogether. This is a purely an NDA government right from beginning. And that one has to understand that it's like Pach Pandav, they are all contesting, even LJP and RLJP and Jitanram Banji together. I think what happens together is more important than separately. We didn't contest this election like the way, the Mahagathbandhan did. They contested against each other. But here, for example, we are contesting less seats. JDU is contesting less seats. So you can see that the way we have contested seats is also like one family. And therefore, one of your guests was mentioning about last time, JDU having 43. So this entire speculation, I think it is uncalled for as far as Bihar is concerned. It's very, very clear that Nitish ji is the leader and this election was contested on his face and he is going to be the chief minister irrespective of whether, we would love that JDU gets as many seats as possible. There's nothing wrong. And we are looking at a good strike rate ourselves. But I don't think that, it's going to be major difference as such between BJP and JDU, even if it happens.
Manish Barrier is that irrespective of what numbers the JDU gets, Nitish will be the CM yet again. That's decided.
Clear right from the beginning. So here's is a very different case. So that speculation in comparison with Maharashtra doesn't hold here.
For the first time, the EC has given more numbers to JDU. JDU is 39, BJP is 36, RJD 23.
Yes, absolutely. 39. This is as per the Election Commission of India data, which is JDU 39, BJP 36, RJD 23, LJP 10, Indian National Congress 2, HAM 2, and VSIP.
But the numbers are changing so quickly. It's by the minute. So you know at one.
I'm thankful they're changing quickly, or else the election reportage would have been so boring, huh?
Yeah, that's true. But then, how different is it from the exit polls? Had it been very different from the exit polls, then there was something gripping. Here we are looking at a clear win for the NDA. 11 exit poll data gave the same verdict, and it seems like all of them have done the right job.
Okay, Neeraj is back with us. Neeraj, are you satisfied with the conversion rate which we are watching on screen for the Congress party?
No, Karthikeya, if this holds the test of water and finally settles in, then it will be a cause of concern for us. But I am aligning with the fact that because first, second, third round of counting has happened only and still 25 rounds are pending. So we are hopeful that whatever we were trying to communicate to the people of Bihar, it has resonated with them. But I was very curious about the election violence you were speaking. Why did you discount what happened in Mokama, where a JDU leader is now accused in the murder of a OBC leader? And that should also be put across to everybody that in this election also, that election violence happened, and it happened from the incumbent government's leader. So that is something which everyone should be cautious about. The second thing is what we have been trying to project all through the election campaign is that you see a syndicate culture has started in Bihar. You bring in policies and then you create syndicates, and then these syndicates are run by mafias. So this kind of syndicate system which was created in Bihar is something which we have been calling out, and we are hopeful that the youth in Bihar has made it a point that they came to the polling booths because the number shows as such, because every seat has got a substantial voter turnout. We are hopeful that the youth of Bihar has come out against all these malpractices which has been happening for last 20 years, and they made it a point that the Mahagathbandhan, which has projected that if we come to power, we'll give you that dawai, sichai and all the other promises which we have made, we will deliver it like we delivered in the 17 months we were there in power. So we are very hopeful that people of Bihar will trust us, and these numbers will change substantially once it settles in.
From the looks of it, the Congress has really failed to pick up. Even in early trends, it's showing 6 at this point. But somehow the Congress from the last time to this time hasn't really worked enough, it appears, to raise your stake. Because if the Mahagathbandhan would have really had an edge had the Congress picked its numbers. And that's where it seems to have lost out. Because the ally, the Congress party, its biggest ally, isn't performing in Bihar.
I mean, currently, if I look at the election commission side, the only contest I see is between JDU and BJP for being the single largest party. Yes. Because I think that seems to be a interesting aspect. As of now, if the numbers, it's BJP 44, JDU 43, RJD 24. So, which as I said earlier in the morning, Karthik, in Bihar elections, emerge as a single largest party. Yeah, it's a very critical.
ऐसा लग रहा है बीजेपी और जेडीयू के बीच में लड़ाई है. I completely agree with your analysis.
But if you look at the exit poll figures, many gave the RJD as the number one party.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. That's
many
a good
gave.
point.
So we'll have to. I'm not saying we jump to any conclusion right now.
That's a good observation, Samia, to you, that's two things are emerging. It's looking like, it's a contest between BJP and JDU. RJD is like really trailing now. If you look at these numbers, it's way behind. That's number one. And secondly, I still stick my neck out. There are a lot of naysayers, my esteemed guests, but I still say, can there be a Maharashtra in Bihar? Samia?
Well, Karthikeya, there seems to be some sense of one-upmanship, whether it's the JDU or the BJP within the NDA, who is going to be, holding the larger share of the pie. But over here, I would like to talk about Congress's performance. As of now, as I am looking at the Election Commission's numbers, BJP is at 48, JDU 47, RJD 23, LJP is at 13, Congress is at 7. They are at a single digit. What is ailing the Congress party is something that they have not been able to crack. Having said that, if the Congress is ending up being a liability for the Mahagathbandhan in 2020 and now in 2025, can RJD then go solo, or will the Congress party eat into their vote bank? Having said that, if these numbers stand, then RJD, Mahagathbandhan, Congress party should not try and cry foul and say that it happened because of the SIR or because of vote chori. Because Karthik, if you remember, that entire statement of TeJashwi Yadav, where he said that SIR is going to be carried out, I am going to boycott elections. They didn't boycott elections. They decided to contest the elections with the SIR being carried out. So now if they do not fare well, they will have nobody else to blame but themselves. I would want Smita's reaction on it, that how do you look at how Congress is pulling down the Mahagathbandhan because of its non-performance in a sense. They may show faith in TeJashwi Yadav, but they are not willing to show any sense of conviction or faith in Congress in Bihar.
So, expressing faith in TeJashwi Yadav's leadership was a majburi ka move. Because, I mean, come on, if the Mahagathbandhan comes to form government, who else can be the face other than TeJashwi Yadav? There is no option. Even then, the Congress tried its best to delay the decision, and there was a lot of, back and forth about it. Finally, when the announcement was made, it was Mr. Ashok Gehlot and not Rahul Gandhi. Anyway, we are past all that. It is the Congress which has been dragging down the alliance. They did it last time, after which there was a lot of heat within the RJD, and a lot of people came out and said, had Congress strike rate not been so dismal, we would have made the government.
Absolutely.
Tejashwi would be CM, because the gap in the BJP and the NDA and the other side was too low, is one point. It was less than 0.5%, less than 0.5%. This time, let me add, Samya, this time the drag is not just the Congress party. There has been a second drag, and that is Mukesh Sahni, who punched above his weight, and he was made deputy CM because of some social theory that was presented to the Congress leadership, that he will garner all the Sahni and Nishad and Beend and all those caste segments which are dependent on the river and the water economy. Let me tell you, even a primary student of Bihar politics knows that they may be a big caste segment together. They are about 10%, 9 point something. But Mallas are less than 3% in the picture, and they will not vote in a homogeneous manner just because Mukesh Sahni is announced as the deputy CM. So you think that the Nishad and Beend and Kewat and Ghatwar, all of them will come round, is first of all a very, very theoretical kind of an lazy analysis. Secondly, Mukesh Sahni, from my reports, from what I have seen, did not even poll the votes of the Mallah community, which is from the caste that he belongs to, because the Mallahs, being very wise and very smart, they weighed the pros and cons, and they realized that Mukesh Sahni may be a part of the MGB today, but he has been shifting sides, is one point. The second point is they also weighed the benefits that this community, the EBCs, have been getting under Nitish Kumar's governance. And so, weighing all the pros and cons, they did not go with the Mahagathbandhan. So, Mukesh Sahni got a very, just a chunk of the Mallah votes. He did not get any of the other Nishad and related community votes. So, he became a drag, and the result is showing. If you remember, Samya, I have been saying this even before the first phase of the polls, that both Mukesh Sahni and Rahul Gandhi will be a drag. Rahul Gandhi started with the slogan of vote chori. Come on, I mean, this is Bihar.
Smita, I just want you to hold your thought for a minute. Just wait a minute. My colleague has done an interview from Patna, that reporter space. I want to provide that reporter space. We'll be back to this data corner with you and Samya. But let me just throw that tic-tac that my reporter Savya has done from Patna.
स्टेट बीजेपी प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर दिलीप जायसवाल सर, जो रुझान ट्रेंड्स आ रहे हैं वो क्लियरली फेवर कर रहे हैं एनडीए को, किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
नहीं, हम लोगों ने पहला चरण फर्स्ट फेज और सेकंड फेज में ही जो जनता का फेस रीडिंग था और जनता जो बोल रही थी, मतदाता जो बोल रही थी, उसी समय आप लोग भी बहुत दिन से कवरेज कर रहे हैं। आप लोगों को भी शुरू से, ये पहला बार बिहार के इतिहास में है कि शुरू से ही एक अलग माहौल था कि एनडीए की सरकार बन रही है, क्योंकि आज से 1.5 साल पहले से प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी चुनाव शुरू होने के पहले 11 कार्यक्रम इन्होंने सरकारी कार्यक्रम किए थे, और जिसमें उन्होंने किसान सम्मान निधि भागलपुर में और पंचायत राज का दिवस उन्होंने झंझारपुर में, एम्स, दूसरा एम्स का शिलान्यास दरभंगा में, 11 कार्यक्रम इंडी गठबंधन के नेता तो चुनाव के वक्त बिहार याद आती है, लेकिन आपको याद होगा कि चुनाव शुरू होने से पहले 11 बार प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बिहार के लिए खजाना खोल दिया, पिटारा खोल दिया। तो जनता किसको पसंद करेगी?
वही सर, आरजेडी के एक नेता है, उनका ये कहना है कि अगर कुछ गलती होती है, अगर वोट चोरी होती है तो बिहार का सिचुएशन जो है बांग्लादेश
इसी में आरजेडी साफ हो रहा है। कांग्रेस के चक्कर में पड़ के आरजेडी बर्बाद हो गया। राहुल गांधी ने वोट चोरी के मामले में तेजस्वी यादव को भी डुबा दिया, नहीं तो तेजस्वी यादव थोड़ा पिकअप ले रहे थे, लेकिन राहुल गांधी के नाव पर जो चढ़ेगा उसका डूबना तय है।
बाकी सवाल से कितने सीट्स एक्सपेक्ट?
ये तो सब प्रभु की इच्छा से होता है। हम बहुमत से सरकार बना रहे हैं।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Light, camera, and action. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack because News9 is here with your weekend dose of entertainment. It's time to take a deeper dive into the buzzworthy happenings of the entertainment world. From celebrity gossips to exclusive conversations, from nostalgic moments to News9's pick of the week, don't worry, we've got you covered here. And I hope you've grabbed your popcorn by now because News9's page 3 is here to serve you everything that we call entertainment. So do stay tuned every Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 p.m.
Being a chef, it's my priority to deliver taste in a plate with good presentation, unique innovation. You need to explore, you need to experiment.
You observe the people, make them happy, make them feel happy, and in the end you are smiling. That's the most important thing.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the Nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every seam, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the Nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.
Light, camera, and action. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack because News9 is here with your weekend dose of entertainment. It's time to take a deeper dive into the buzzworthy happenings of the entertainment world. From celebrity gossips to exclusive conversations, from nostalgic moments to News9's pick of the week, don't worry, we've got you covered here. And I hope you've grabbed your popcorn by now because News9's page 3 is here to serve you everything that we call entertainment. So do stay tuned every Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 p.m.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
आरजेडी ने कांग्रेस की कनपट्टी पर कट्टा रखकर सीएम पद चोरी कर लिया।
आजकल जो सरकार के लिए आता है, अंड वंड बोलता है, तो सबको जरा कहिएगा कोई काम किया है जी?
जो 20 साल में ये सरकार नहीं कर पाई है, 20 महीने में तेजस्वी इस काम को पूरा करने का काम करेगा।
हम आपको वोट देंगे, आप स्टेज पे आके नाच लो, नाच लेंगे। राजनीतिक बंधुआ मजदूरी को खत्म करने के लिए पूरे बिहार के 1 करोड़ लोगों ने मिलकर ये नया विकल्प बनाया है।
The GOAT or Bakra of satire is back, Cyrus Roja. From politics to pop culture, from your WhatsApp forwards to breaking news, nothing and no one is safe.
Relax, guys, relax. I only roast the truth, and the truth is always hilarious. Too much pressure.
Get ready for news caustic, bold, sharp, unfiltered, 100% Cyrus.
Welcome back to our rolling coverage on Bihar election, and let me first take you through the data of the Election Commission, because that's where the battle is going to settle. Now, as per the data of the Election Commission, because this is where the leads are going to settle, JDU is on 58 seats, BJP 50 seats, RJD has done really poorly, 30 seats, LJP is more than the Congress party, which is 15 seats. Big up for Chirag Paswan. Indian National Congress is 10 seats, it's really struggling. HAM is at 4 seats, CPI ML is at 2 seats. Others are at 6 seats. So my question is very, very simple. I am also joined by GM Shaheen, leader JDU. Let me straight away go to them. Your opening comments on the JDU's performance becoming numero uno right now, Mr. Shaheen.
Nice to see you all the guys here. See, we was expecting that we will be touching on 170, 165, 170 seats in Bihar. Because the way we works from last 5 years, and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and our Nitish Kumar did the hard work in Bihar and the practice, and that is the reason we got the opportunity, and we believe that today we'll get the good victory in Bihar, and we will form the government in short while of times. And as per the alliance is concerned, that this is the hard work, the development, the school, the education, the other things, the Bihar government, Bihar people expect a lot of things from us. And that is the reason we are touching, we are, winning now, and NDA will form the government because of our hard work.
Mr. Shaheen, last time you were less than BJP, this time you got more than BJP. What made you do better this time, or what made you match your performance?
No, last time, to frank enough, I am not doing any politics in your news channel, and there was some
doing politics in news channel.
Some mistakes, as you are aware, and I don't want to discuss on a news channel everything, and you know that. What was the reason?
I think I don't know that. You can say that on air. I don't know that.
No. Our friends was not so happy with us, and no, this time we are together.
Okay. You are talking about Chirag.
You got the hint, and things are good, and we will form the government.
Okay, you'll form the government, things are good. Okay, you form the government, things are good. Santosh, straight question to you. Poor performance of RJD at 10 o'clock. What is happening?
Yes, Karthike, it's a day of, the fluctuating arguments. We have to keep, just now we are discussing the BJP was ahead, now the BJP neck and neck. Okay, RJD will pick up. I don't think RJD will do too badly. It's, I think, 3-4 rounds of counting has happened. So we have to wait for some more time. But again, I would say that Congress could prove a weak link of the alliance once again. And whether the smaller party like IIP would do well, Mukesh Sahni doesn't seem to be doing too well for the alliance. That could be one. It could be about if RJD doesn't do pretty well, it could be because of the fact that they are not getting a good mutual conversion of votes. That could be the one apparent reason that looks so far to me.
Brijesh, why has RJD, come out so poorly?
I mean, it's a bit early to say that it has come out poorly, but yeah, right now, I mean, along with RJD, I think, the Congress and VIP and all, they all are performing very poorly. I mean, to imagine that LJP is equivalent to what Congress is, speaks volumes about the conversion rate. And once again, Congress has been found extremely faltering, given the fact that they contested around more than 60 seats and they are at 18. Whereas if you look at the conversion rate of Chirag Paswan, who many thought that would not do well, including myself, they are at 18 seats out of 29, 26 seats which they were contesting. So this shows that not only every single nut bolt of the NDA is firing at its best. Yeah, and JDU is like the largest party and the trend is holding on for almost 1 hour now.
Karthikeya, just one point. See, rather than the seats, what I generally do when the election is on, the election commission site also gives you the percentage votes. And it's a fairly good reflection of how these numbers are going to crystallize later, right? So what I can see currently is that BJP is polling almost 23% vote. The JDU is almost 19%, which means they're together around 42%, with Chirag Paswan's 5.5%. They are close to, with their allies, almost close to 50%. Yeah. Now, in a bipolar polity, if an alliance is close to 48 and 50% votes, it is an indication of it is a huge victory.
And also, if I might add to what you were saying, Brajesh, remember in Lok Sabha, LJP did far better. Yeah. And so, if you convert that or break them into assembly seats, you can see the difference. Hardly 1 year ago, year and a half ago.
But you see, as per the election commission data, RJD is at 23.11% of vote. Yeah. BJP is at 23.21% votes, and JDU is at 17.98% of the votes. So these are the three principles. You'll be surprised the others
again,
have 13.14% of vote.
No, but you have to add also Nitish and BJP vote, because at times they are supplementing each other.
Yeah. So if Nitish, Kumar, BJP and LJP vote is added, they're close to 48.
And you know what's the most surprising part? The most surprising part is LJP is at 5.66% of the vote,
which is round about their total
vote. Congress party is at 7.85% of the vote.
So with RJD and Congress, you are close to 30% plus CPI, ML and others, it is 35%.
35%.
So you're talking about mid-30s to 45%.
To almost 50%.
Almost 50%. So that's an indication, early indication, because it gives you a sort of a trend which way the wind is blowing and how they may crystallize later.
Okay, let me just take our viewers to something very interesting thing that has happened. Bharatiya Janata Party has issued an official apology letter. And it is very interesting. The official,
the reminder is that this has come out last night itself. So BJP mighty confident about their win. Yes. They're now already.
So the first thing they have written: we apologize for giving 15 crore plus rural families clean tap water under Jal Jeevan Mission. We apologize for building over 4 crore Pakka homes. We apologize for making sanitation a part of daily life. Sorry for brightening up 2.6 crore homes through Saubhagya Yojana. Then they go on to write. To those who profited from smoky kitchens, we truly apologize. We are sorry for smooth roads and shorter journeys. Apologies for speed of modernization. Sorry for turning Garib Kalyan into action, not just a slogan. And finally, apologies for building a new India that delivers, for providing governance can be about grit, growth and genuine care.
To the series of bridge collapses, there's no, is there a thank you for that?
The other indication about the NDA is that in this alliance, Mr. Chirag Paswan's party was being said to be a drag as Congress, but they are doing extremely well, which means
exceptionally well.
Which means that the vote conversion and transfer is happening.
Solid. It has been happening and solid. It's not like anybody is left wanting compared to Mahagathbandhan. Absolutely.
And as per all the exit poll surveys, Jan Swaraj always stayed at 2, and here also it remains at 2. Even on the election,
we are also joined by Chitra Batham.
Whatever happens to Prashant Kishor, I mean, this is really not a good start.
It is, I think, coming around expected lines. Nobody expected Prashant Kishor to win 10 seats or 8 seats. I mean, find me a politician who would say that he's going to lose.
No, but heart of hearts, because he's a strategist. And he knows better than anyone else.
See, if you ask me, he did put up a good show. He is the one who kind of, set the narrative, if I may say, as far as this particular election is concerned.
For a third
He got the eyeballs. He raised the right and pertinent questions. So it's not like it's a complete washout. But I think his refusal to contest election kind of, started his decline as far as perception is concerned. And that is the reason why, it has not picked up from there. It has only gone down.
Either way, I think he knew that this election was not an election to win. It was, but vote share will matter. See, if he manages a certain amount of vote share, then he's in the game.
Vote share will matter, but I think, barring Arvind Kejriwal or, very rare exceptions, very hardly a new party, especially in a place like Bihar, would made a very sensational or dramatic entry point as far as election is concerned. So nobody gave Prashant Kishor like lot of seats. All were looking at Prashant Kishor as the percentage of votes he polls, which will ultimately cut into either NDA or.
But what I can tell you for certain is that the Mahagathbandhan was really eyeing the numbers that JSP would get. They were hoping that they get Jan Swaraj gets something because that would help them.
But then hope is a good breakfast but bad supper. So it's very clearly spelling out for the Mahagathbandhan.
Yeah, so it's not worked out for them at all. And
not.
If anything, the Congress has pulled down the RJD's chances.
I mean, if you compare it with LJP and all, we're fighting 29 seats are at 18 or 19 seats. It's a very clear indication of how the other components of Mahagathbandhan has pulled down the performance. Otherwise, if you look at the top three party, which is JDU, BJP and LJP, they have been all guns blazing and they have been.
Okay. Chitra Batham also joins me, spokesperson Congress Party. Madam, your opening comments. Chitra, am I audible to you? Your opening comments? I think there's a bit of an audio line issue. So Chitra Batham joins me, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Santosh continues to be with me. Let me just go across to my colleague Samya. Samya, are you there with me?
Yes, Karthikeya.
Samya, if you look at the EC data, just take us through the first of all party-wise vote share data, if it is there with you, and party-wise results, what is coming on EC?
Well, absolutely. It's very interesting over here because as far as the percentage is concerned and the numbers that we are projecting on our screens right now, it tells a different story altogether. The BJP stands at 22.81%, while the JDU is at 18.23%, and RJD is actually the larger party with maximum vote share, which is 23.47%. But unfortunately, the Congress Party stands at 7.44%, and there are other smaller parties that I want to talk about over here, whether it is the AIMIM, whether it is the BSP, they're all standing around 1.15%, 1.25%. CPIM, for that matter, is less than 1%. But interestingly, the LJP, they seem to have improved their vote percentage over here. They are standing at 5.92%, and we can expect this number to change, these numbers to mount further. So it pretty much is very clear over here, Karthikeya, that as far as the big national parties are concerned, whether it's the BJP, the JDU, the RJD, they are the ones who are holding fort over here, and the smaller parties seem to be pushed to the periphery, whether it is the AIMIM, the Jan Swaraj also I would like to bring over here, hasn't really done that sort of a performance despite all the tall promises and claims of Prashant Kishor. But LJP is turning out to be the dark horse in the scheme of things as far as the NDA is concerned. These are the numbers that these are the percentage that we are looking at, and of course we are going to be keeping our viewers ahead as far as the Election Commission numbers are concerned also, where JDU is right now at 64, BJP also at 64. So neck to neck over there within the NDA, like I told you earlier, that it looks like some sense of a one-upmanship about who gets a bigger chunk of the pie as far as the NDA is concerned. The RJD is at 34, LJP 17, Congress 11. Congress is right now in double digit, but it's the LJP's performance that we are looking at right now. So clearly there is something that Chirag Paswan has gotten it right. There's some major connect with the people, the voters, especially again Gen Z. And I would like to borrow from what Brijesh had said earlier. He's terming them to be the Gen B for Bihar, the Gen B voters who could probably make a difference as far as the young politicians is concerned, showing faith in their leadership.
GM Shaheen, who is the JDU spokesperson, joining us live. Mr. Shaheen, your take. The JDU, as you may have imagined, has not performed even to a number that you would probably be comfortable or happy with. Even if you lost, there should have been something you could have gone to town with. But so far, the early trends itself suggest that
they have done better. Nabila, they have got 64 seats. I think JDU has done...
JDU... JDU... right. The JDU, I
We are
beg your
happy,
pardon,
we are
I mistook it for RJD, but JDU has done far better than the BJP as well. Changing my question to you, sir. JDU has performed quite well, has now neck and neck with the BJP itself. So both alliance partners have really outshined in this election. One imagined that the JDU may not get that kind of numbers. At least I thought after the 2020 poll performance, we thought that maybe that figure, you won't be able to achieve that bright figure, but it seems like the trend has changed in 2025 for you.
See, Bihar has seen our work, right? And Bihar trusts our leadership and choosing progress, the JDU-BJP alliance as concerned and returning to the power with the people's clear mandate for suitable